Good evening, Raider fans, and welcome to the Raider Nation podcast. And I'm your host, Raider Greg, welcoming you to another show, and so you can get your Raider fix. Yes, wherever you may be, in Pennsylvania, New York, you know the drill. I'm out here for you fans because I love hearing about my Raiders. I love talking about my Raiders. And the better thing about this whole thing is when I get emails from you guys, they just pump me up. I'll have some shouts out today. A shouts out to Kyle. Now, Kyle is my physical therapist. I started going to him. I didn't know this, but he told me today that he's a Chiefs fan. And Kyle, well, we're going to have to see what happens on Sunday. He's pretty confident about his team. He has a right to be, but I'm going to tell you why, Raider fans. We can beat the Chiefs, and it's not too difficult to think if you think about it. Okay, I'm going to go on a tangent. Got to go on a tangent, Raider fans. Norv Turner. Will you please stop the positive spin? I'm so sick of hearing your positive spin. You know, that was a great thing about Gruden. Gruden would tell it like it is. We sucked or we kicked ass or whatever. But at least from Gruden you got the truth, and the players heard it too in the news. Hey, Gruden will tell it like it is. And, you know, you get your feelings hurt, well, oh well. But you know what, Norv? Come on, Norv, baby. Start putting something to somebody, because somebody made a mistake in this game. Somebody made a mistake, or we wouldn't have had 140 penalties. Norv. Okay, I'm done with that. But please, I listened to his comments the other day, and I just was freaked out about how he had nobody as at fault. We're getting better. If you listen to it, I'm sure you can relate. Okay? Norv tries to make chicken salad or chicken shit look like chicken salad, and you just can't do that. And I'm done. Okay, Norv, that's it. Just come on, man. Point a finger where it has to be, because everybody else knows where it has to be. Tonight's show is going to be about the Chiefs. And first I'm going to start off with how the Chiefs pummeled the Jets. We're going to look at the Chiefs team, kind of. You know, I'm going to point some things out. We'll have some other stuff to talk about the next show. We're going to look at what the Raiders need to do to beat the Chiefs at home. And one more thing is, we can win games. That's the last story. We can win games. So let's just get right into it and talk about how the Chiefs beat the Jets. What a surprise to everybody who was watching that game, because the Chiefs, per Joe Theismann, like I have a lot of confidence in that guy, he picked them to go to the Super Bowl. But they didn't look like a Super Bowl team when they played the Chiefs. Their defensive line was porous and fell apart on every play. There was no pass rush. Literally, Trent Green had an opportunity to go to whoever he wanted to, and they chose still to run the ball. Now, Priest Holmes and Larry Johnson both had great days. Larry Johnson had his fourth 100-yard-plus game. It was 110 for that game. The defense shut the Jets down to 20 points in 3 quarters. Herm Edwards, his quote was, "We got out-coached and we got outplayed. And then you got kicked out, and that was the end of the game." I was fully surprised, as I'm sure everybody else was, about how the Chiefs blew them away. But if you look at the Chiefs' line, their defensive line is huge, and they manhandled the Jets. Okay? Going on to the next story here. The Chiefs had the number 1 ranked offense last year. So they were putting points up and they were putting yards up, but their defense sucked, and that's what they did this summer. They went out to get a defense, and they got one. They got a good one. Their offensive line is strong, and they push on every play. Priest Holmes looks good. Larry Johnson looks good. They both look like they can run pretty strong. Johnson's more of a quick cutback, and Priest Holmes is, that he just runs. He pulls people with him. They use the run very well to set up the pass, and they depend on the run an awful lot. Okay? Now, that's a good thing for the Raiders. Do you see where I'm going? Okay. Now, that's the offense. Trent Green is on. All his receivers are on. I mean, they're catching balls. There's nothing wrong with their team. The defense is fully intense. They are on fire as far as this game goes. They forced Pennington to 6 fumbles. That is scary for us, if you know what I mean. Their defense was very capable of pushing the offensive line anywhere they wanted to at any given moment. There's always pressure on Pennington. He had nowhere to go, and even when he did, he couldn't go there because their coverage was so well. They go from a 4-3, a strong 4. Their 4 is brutal. I mean, they get a lot of pressure up the middle, to a 3-4, and their linebackers are quick, very quick. But there's good things. Now, the good things are that there were some injuries this game to Patrick Surtain. Big-time deal, cornerback. That's huge for us. That is huge. You got a concussion. Might not mean a whole lot, but, you know, anything helps. Defense tackle Ryan Sims, he has a bad foot, I think. And that's very good for us, too, because he is one of those monsters that just pushes the offensive line all over the place. Sammy Knight, another guy in the back, is injured. So that's very good for us. I mean, those injuries are very, very helpful to the Oakland Raiders. And that's what the Chiefs look like. That's what the Chiefs look like for us. And that's just really brief. But I wanted you guys to know, and I watched that game, I had to write this stuff down quick because it was happening big time. I will say that New York Jets didn't look very big on the front, and they didn't look very aggressive. Now, I'll say that the Raiders, we can stop the run. Raider fans, we can stop the run. We got the guys, Grant Irons, Tyler Brayton, Sapp, Washington, Kelly. We got the guys up front that could stuff Priestholm and Johnson because we took Corey Dillon, kept him to 2.4 yards a carry. If we can stop the runs of the Chiefs, that will slow down their pass attack for sure because he'll have to pass every down. And that will make it tough for them. And our defense can do that. And I think our defensive backs can do much better. I hope that Gibson got his ass chewed out, and I hope everybody else did for leaving so much room underneath. You cannot not bump your guy. Gibson does not touch the other guy. Come on, have some sack, man. Have some sack that you can slow that guy enough so you can turn around and, jet with him. That's all I got to say to you, man. You got to get it together, Gibson. Okay, 15 games left we have, Raider fans. We have a new team. We went 4-12, 5-12, 5-11. 2 years of failure. It's a lot to expect the team to go from 0 to hero. It's happened to other teams, and we could hope it happens to our team. It's not too late. We only played one game. We have the talent. I'm telling you, I've been saying it all along. We just have to make it happen. We only need to win 10 games to go to the show. We need 10 games and we'll be in the playoffs. We can beat Kansas City this week. Shut down the run, force the guys to pass, and then not hold off so hard on the coverage. Have hard coverage. Don't have soft coverage. Play up on these guys. Make them work for every yard. We should be bumping those guys hard. The coaching needs to improve dramatically after the first 15-play plan, whatever they do. Because the first run with New England was awesome, but it collapsed after that. Jimmy Ray, are you calling those plays? Because if you're calling those plays, you better take a big-time look at yourself. Big-time look this week. And a big-time look at Kansas City. Now, what I got to say to the Raider fans out there is let's greet those Chiefs in the parking lot in their bus with 1,000,000 bare asses and 1,000,000,000 one-finger salutes. Because that's the way it's done in Raider Nation. That's the way it's going to be done on the Coliseum on the 18th of Sunday. Welcome, Kansas City Chiefs, to the black hole. Nothing has changed. We still hate your guts. And Dick Vermeil, take this. I just love it. And I hope that I can go to the game and enjoy it with my Raider brothers and sisters. Let's get out there. Let's get in the parking lot. Let's have the tailgate. Let's give them a big-time welcome to the Oakland Coliseum. And then when our team comes on the field, let's pump them up. We should sound like this is the Super Bowl, for crying out loud, because it is. It is the Super Bowl for the Raiders. This is our division rivals in our house, first game at home. This is where it happens. Raider fans, we need to be the 12th man. Because everybody's going to be there. 66 Mob's going to be doing the burning of the Kansas City Chiefs jersey in the parking lot. Don't miss it. Going to be fun. And everybody who's not here for the game, that's watching it on TV, wherever you may live, or if you can't get it and you got to listen to it, because believe me, I'm in the Bay Area. I know exactly what that means. We'll be cheering for you too, man. All the Raider fans in the world. Your team's on stage at home. I hope we can sell out for all you fans out there in the Bay Area. Hope we can sell out so you can get it televised. Heck, man, I'm sure I'm not going to be able to see the whole game because I'm going to be too messed up. I'm going to have to, maybe half a game, but I'll be there. I'll be there. Me and my lovely wife. Look for me. I should have a Raider Nation podcast hat or shirt on or something. No big deal. Just, I might ask you some questions. How you feeling about the game? What you're doing? What you're cooking? Who knows? Because we're going to be working the parking lot with Randy, my partner, and we're going to check out everybody's scene. I'm going to do a little bit at a time. We'll get some pictures. You got to visit my website, RaiderNationPodcast.com, because there'll be pictures of the tailgate. There'll be pictures of you guys. Just check it out, because you might be caught on the Raider Nation Podcast Picture Parade. You never know. And then an interview, too, because if I get a picture of you, I'm going to talk to you a little bit, and I'm going to put all those interviews on the podcast. So everybody at the game who talks to me, I'll be handing out Raider Nation Podcast stickers. Look for me. You won't be able to miss me, really. I have a big red truck. I know I'm going to catch a bunch of crap for having a red truck. Hey, I'm a fireman. I got a red truck. Give me a break. But it's covered with silver and black. I got stickers all over the place. So you won't be able to miss me. And I'll be broadcasting or podcasting right from there. And we're going to have a good time. So tune in, turn on, and get ready for the Kansas City Chiefs, because Raider fans, I know we can win this game. We got to stop the run. We can do it. Okay, everybody, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for turning on. I remind you again, please tune in to Podcast Alley and vote for me, Raider Nation Podcast, and I will really be thankful. We're still on number one, and we should be, because the Raiders are number one, no matter what. We got the best fans in the world. They know more about football than any other fan. So you guys have a nice evening. It's been great. Talk to you on the next podcast. Good night.